Hi folks, this episode of the How to Get Started series, we're going to be talking through how to identify a deal towards a specific investment strategy. Now, people that know me will know I am an income junkie. All the properties that I'm looking at, I'm looking to hold for the next 20, 30 plus years and renting these properties for the long term. So for me, the real skill in investing in property is being able to acquire these assets and stack them up for the long term and allow the rental income of £300 per unit to really grow and grow and grow with every acquisition. I'm not here to be buying and selling properties. I'm not going to rule it out, obviously. Every strategy has its place at certain markets. But for the next 5-10 years, I'm really looking to grow my income through the rental portfolio, so I will not be looking or assessing in this video buy to sell projects in a specific way. So looking at the UK map, all right, we've posted a short on this previously. We are looking for income-based properties. Now, there are a number of geographies that you can look for these specifically. I'm going to start with the baby buy-to-let strategy. So looking for baby buy-to-lets, these are low value purchases of properties that are going to be rented on single ASTs to families, either low income or no income families, in ex-mining communities, towns of industry, down in South Wales, maybe up into the valleys a little bit, but though not too much, because we are still looking for areas that have both low employment and some employment. In the northeast and northwest as well, and Scotland. So looking pretty much anywhere north of Nottingham and along that South Wales corridor from Newport through to Swansea and just beyond to Llanelli. Now, when you're looking at these areas, it's really, I mean, why would you pick one town over another? First and foremost, there's not a hot spot to invest in property. It's changing all the time in line with government projects. Public and private investment are going to give little areas a little bump. For example, a local town having a new hospital built, there's going to be huge money coming into that area in the form of contractors, long-term employment going forward after that project is delivered. So, you know, I wouldn't suggest that you dot around the UK. You know, if you're picking an area, you know, really you're looking to establish a network of, let's say, 5 buy-to-lets over 5 years. You know, that's not setting the world on fire, but equally, you know, that's a sensible target that's achievable and seriously going to make a difference for your long-term wealth creation. When you're beginning right at the start, you're probably thinking, what the hell am I looking for? So you need to understand the maths. So go and check out our maths video. Hopefully we can get a little sticker up here somewhere to go and click on that. Essentially what we're doing there is trying to help you guys understand what the numbers are behind these property investments. We need to be numbers driven. It's not emotionomics. We're looking at buying something, spending a certain amount and getting a certain return. Now, where we draw our return, it's basic percentages, but some people might need higher returns than others. For example, if you're earning 10 grand a month in the city, you're probably not going to be looking to start with buy-to-lets, as an example, that are going to earn £250 a month. You need to come in at a higher point in the risk curve. Assuming that you're earning larger amounts, you're going to be able to make higher capital expenditure more easily. So never mind that. We're going to start with the baby buy-to-lets for now. Low value projects that you can easily get into and out of for 20, 30 grand. Now, okay, it's a first world problem, but I think a lot of people can realistically set a goal to borrow or save 20 to 30,000 pounds. In our world, we're always working with private investors. These are family and friends that have got chunks of 5, 10, 15k available that they could lend to you for a return to fund part of your project. So starting with, assuming you've worked out the numbers, starting with understanding an area. Now, a lot of the research we would suggest starting with is desktop. You don't need to be driving up and down the country, visiting every town, shanty and hamlet in the UK. Based on those geographies of South Wales, the northeast and the northwest, or Scotland, if you're have links up there or would like to travel that far, you're going to be doing desktop research. So that's looking at local newspaper articles, national newspaper articles, to understand public and private investment in the area. Where are the good schools? Where are the not so good schools? Are new jobs being created, or are existing businesses shutting down? So you're looking to major employers, and these are going to be large companies or large government buildings. So hospitals and schools are fantastic because they're there for the long term. They're there for decades at a time. Private sector, okay, slightly different. Looking down in South Wales, there are certain industries along that south coast. There's the DVLA, which is a big employer in on the outskirts of Swansea. There's the university there as well. So there's a certain demand there. You want to be looking for long-term users of housing accommodation, not shrinking. You want a growing population, and a growing population is a precursor to a growing population is investment in that area. So keep your eye out for that sort of thing. But a lot of this can be done online. You can look at maps, articles, Rightmove. You can find information on sold prices, on rents, to get an understanding. Essentially what we're looking for are 2 to 3 bed houses, preferably 3, I think, because families would prefer have a second bedroom for a young child. A third bedroom for a second child. What we're looking for are 3 bed houses up to around about £100,000, renting for around about £500 to £600 per month. And we're looking to buy them in a distressed condition, renovate them, and let them long term. When you're looking in these areas, you want to be first doing a raft of desktop research, and then you're getting on the phone and you're speaking to local agents, both lettings and estate agent sales, to get an understanding of where certain demographics like to live. There will be young professional doctors near the hospitals. There will be young professional teachers near the schools. There will be the nicer schools, and the more white-collar working families will be based around there, and there will be not so nice schools, but still good schools for other parts of the town. There will be your families that receive government support, universal credit, your Department of Social Security types of tenants, and there will be your white collar and blue collar. These tenants will live in different types of houses in different postcodes within the town. Will they be rows of terraced houses? Will they be semi-detached? Will they be detached? Our investment strategy, for the most part, in the baby buy-to-let space, we are looking for the average house that the average individual can afford to rent. Nothing way up here, sometimes stuff at the bottom. Famous markism that a lot of people will be aware of. You can't lose your job if you don't have one. So these DSS tenants are a beautiful hedge for the portfolio for tenants, for housing, as an offset to maybe your white collar tenants. But that's separate consideration when we're thinking about portfolio strategy. We can come to that later in the series. Right now we're trying to identify a geography in an area that we like. So we're going trawling through the internet, and we're identifying 5 towns in the northeast or the northwest or South Wales. My suggestion is to do 4 or 5 towns in each area and really get quite granular on it. Understand the bus routes, understand which schools are good, which schools aren't so good, where the public and private investor investment is being spent. Is there a new school being built? Is there a new hospital being built? Is there GP surgeries opening up? Are there other employers that are maybe reducing their numbers? This will give you an indication of what is a growing sector and what is a shrinking sector as an area. Once you've determined that, we're going away and we're looking at the numbers. So you want to look at stock that is available, that is a 2-3 bed terraced or semi-detached house, and what sort of price that's coming in at. If the terraced houses are costing £200,000, it is too expensive. That area is not going to work. You're looking for low value properties, ideally the cheaper the better. So it's not going to be in towns like Birmingham, Bristol, big economic hubs, Manchester, again, on the periphery of Greater Manchester, sure, I'm sure you'll find things, but in the centre, no, it's not going to work. For this particular investment strategy, for HMO, very different, very, very different. Once you've identified these areas, you need to get on the phone, you need to speak to local experts. These are estate agents, these are letting agents, these are surveyors. Surveying firms will, give you a certain degree of local knowledge just by speaking to them over the phone. You'll have builders, again, interview them, speak to the contractors, get an idea for what pricing is like in that area. Ask. This is all from a desktop and a telephone. After you've done that and you've spoken to a number of agents, surveyors, builders, project managers, make the trip up to these areas. Pick 2 or 3 and go there and visit and book a load of viewings. Okay, a load of viewings. 3, 4, 5, 6 viewings would be a successful day, a very successful day, especially if you're going on a Saturday, because it's impossible to tee these things up. And there are very often cancellations or no access granted from tenants or whatever. That's property. Get used to it. But go up there, view the areas, and just get a feel for what the local people are like. Are they helpful or not? But ultimately, there's no right or wrong answer here. It's what area can you commit to getting to regularly? You need to build a presence there. You can't be a flash in the pan, another person that's turned up at the agency for these letting agents. You need to be attending this area 2-3 times a month for the first 6 months to really build a presence there and build this relationship with these people that are potentially going to bring you deals, help manage these properties, help manage these refurbs, and give you this local knowledge that is so critical to understanding an area and making the right investment decisions in that area. Once you've gone and visited 2-3 areas, come back, review your notes. How did it go? What went well about the visit? What didn't you like about the visit? Most importantly, can you commit to turning up there every single month for the next 6 months, 12 months? Really, at the start, you need to be going 2-3 times a month, constant dialogue with these people, making a real effort to build these relationships, because that's how you're going to find these properties. The first property that we bought was purchased solely on the relationship that we had with an agent, which was built by Michael, my elder brother, and Lara, more Lara so, because she was much more prominent on the property side, going down there and building a huge relationship, being there for the best part of a year and a half before I turned up, making offers and constantly in dialogue with these people. Look, we're looking for distressed, low-value properties that need a level of refurbishment. They're going to be let long term. This is what we're after. This is what we're after. This is what we're after. So the agents knew, and the agents called and said, "This is coming on. This repossession's coming up. It's competitively priced. It's asking £40,000. They just want to clear their debt." Lara and Mike weren't buying. They said, "Dan, you should go and look at this." I was fortunate enough to be able to get down there pretty quickly. I was there immediately. We agreed a price pretty quickly. Because it was a repossession, in the description on Rightmove, it will say this: vendors have agreed an offer for X amount, £35,000 in this instance. If you would like to view the property, the property is still available until exchange. If you'd like to view the property, call the agent, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so you can imagine everyone is seeing this on Rightmove, seeing that this property has agreed 35k, it's asking 40, it's renting for £425 a month. It was bought in 2007, 2008 for 65k, a third less than what it was previously paid for, and this is 10 years on, 2017. It's a no-brainer deal. The agent was getting pestered and pestered and pestered for viewings, and because of the relationship that we had with her, that Lara had built with her, the agent said, "Oh no, that's almost sold now. Don't worry. They're due to exchange any moment. They're due to exchange any moment," and deterred people from coming and viewing that property. If she were working for the other side and someone had access and had viewed, we could easily have been bidding 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, and the price would have just gone up and up and up. So having that relationship really saved that deal for us. Obviously, we bought cash, we moved quickly, but we bought in maybe 3, 4, 5 weeks. But it only takes 24 hours to get into a property and view the property if the agent is on side with you. So building that relationship and having that really saved that deal, and made it what it was. You don't have a relationship like that unless you're turning up every month, several times a month for the long term. Equally, similar principles can be applied to builders, surveyors. If you want these people on side, you need to be speaking to them regularly. You need to be going in every time you're in the area. You need to be making time to build those relationships. So recap, we're doing desktop research of 5 areas. We're doing telephone research of the local experts in those 5 areas. We're picking 3 to attend. And once we've attended them, we are coming home, we're taking stock. This is on the presumption that we've vetted the numbers work. This is an area for 3-bed houses up to 100K. We've got sold price data on Rightmove that's demonstrating all of that. And that's how you take the first steps to going and identifying an area that's investable. Once you've done that, it's a case of getting out there, booking loads of viewings with agents, telling everyone in the local area, neighbours, that you're looking to buy, and this is what I'm looking for, and you have a hunting brief of probate style properties, swirly carpets, mustard coloured kitchens, avocado bathrooms, with pictures saying, look, this is what I'm looking for, I'm looking to buy. And you're going out and you're viewing and you're farming those offers. The numbers video that we've previously done, which I pointed you to, that's how you're determining what your offer price is. You're starting with the end value, you're taking out the costs that are required, plus whatever profit margin you require, and that's your offer. And you just put that offer in and you follow up and you follow up and you follow up. And eventually, after being doggedly persistent, something will drop, and there you have it. Then you've got your first deal, and your next concern is the solicitor's conveyancing process and finance, which we'll come to in the next video. So I hope that's been informative. It's a pretty formulaic toolkit. Look, you're going investigating these areas. You're understanding the private and public investment. You're understanding if it's growing or shrinking. You're understanding the nice parts and the not so nice parts, and which tenants want to be in which areas, because there will be a change in the price of rents for DSS and the price of rents for working families. And then you're going out there and you're inspecting and building the relationships with the team that are going to bring, refurb and manage these properties for the long term. Once you've done that, you're getting the offers out, and if you are persistent and you do continue to offer and mind those offers and follow up on those offers, eventually that first deal will drop in. So good luck, happy hunting.